usually takes me a while to get dressed in the morning. You know, I try and find a good balance between business, but also between casual, that I think really just, screams director. What the hell? What? Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know, if you Google it, a lot of great directors have beards. But I don't think you have to have a great beard to be a great director. I can't even grow a real beard. And I mean, there are plenty of great directors that are clean shaven. Just look at Werner Herzog. What a beautiful man. I'm Heinrich Koch. Or Koch.
A little louder?
Sorry, louder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Heinrich. Actually,
I'm not really getting a good read on the audio levels. Could you just say that again a little louder?
Yeah. I'm Heinrich. Heinrich Koch. I think it started when I found out that if you're a director, they give you a chair with your name on it. And I've never had a chair with my name on it, but I've always wanted one.
I met Heinrich about almost 3 years ago now. Actually, probably 3 years ago. And met through friends at college, and then a little later on, I got Heinrich a job at Jason's Deli, and that's where our work experience began. And then about a year after that, I got Heinrich another job at Zen, where he worked as a prep cook.
Oh, shit. Yep, this isn't where I grew up, but this is where I live. Well, I guess I don't live here either, but someday I'd like to direct enough films that I get to live here.
I remember the first time that I got in Heinrich's car. This was before I got him a job as a delivery driver, and I really should have paid attention more to this moment, but we were going a roundabout, and it's almost as if Heinrich thought he could drift it, but didn't know how to drift at all, so just kind of floored it around this roundabout.
Right there is the Richmond Police Station. They don't like it when I film in front of there, but they can't stop me because right now I'm in a moving car, so it won't be like last time. Yep. Oh shit. Oh.
Accidents while driving. Yeah, well, see, this is why after that moment I shouldn't have gotten him a job.
Sometimes driving a car is like driving a movie set. You've got those moments of, oh no, I'm gonna crash. And I've only crashed 4 times, but they've all been within 10 miles of my house.
He was leaving the parking lot of Jason's Deli, and yeah, he got in an accident right in the parking lot as a delivery driver.
Yeah, I think that my biggest strength, actually, if you just take a look at all that, one of my biggest strengths as a director is the fact that I have a hatchback, which means I can carry a lot of stuff around.
My past work experience with Heinrich displays a lot of qualities that just didn't quite work in a kitchen environment, and definitely not as a delivery driver. However, his neuroticism and attention to detail, it kind of reminds me of like Stanley Kubrick.
I once dreamed of of building a big green screen in this car. I wanted to have like a little movie studio that was, just the size of my car. There'd be like tiny hot lamps and a baby green screen. Maybe shoot movies just with babies. I've always wanted to do that. Is shoot a baby-only movie.
Like, would I say he's responsible with like $1 million+ budget? No.
The only company I would get to cater at my studio is a little place I like to call Jason's Deli. Because, nobody delivers satisfaction like Jason's Deli.
I once saw Heinrich waddle from his apartment upstairs down to his friend's apartment 2 floors below to use toilet paper.
What can I say about Heinrich besides what I've already said? First off, he looks horrible in shorts. Absolutely horrible. If you ever film a movie with him somewhere in the summer and it's hot, put on a mask so you don't have to see him in shorts. Second, horrible at interior design. Absolutely horrible. If you have a set where there is interior design needed, don't let him touch it. Just don't. Really, really dirty bathroom. His bathroom is always so weird. There's always a weird wetness everywhere.
Who doesn't understand my work, I just have to say, thank you for validating me. And focus on the action and the story and the narrative. And Samuel L. Jackson's head. His globy dome of a head.
Heinrich and I worked on a music video.
Creeping out the back door, but it's just paper on my tongue.
On set, I'm not sure if Heinrich, I don't know if I would say that he carried himself. I would say that other people were carrying him.
Rolling. Retake, scene 6A, 1.1, take 1.
Heinrich probably creates a large majority of the technical problems.
Action.
The way I would describe his reaction, not only to problems but to most things, would be flustered.
My first experience working with Heinrich, it was like modeling for him for photography stuff. I think the first thing I did, I was supposed to be him, and I dressed up as him and went through his day as him. The first film I did with him was, I can't remember what it was called, but I was both a detective looking for a murderer and the murderer, and we filmed in this abandoned house next door to our friend's place. We did one film where I was just supposed to like I was seated on a stool in front of a backdrop, and I was just supposed to read this really long poem. And Heinrich, like, had reserved the lighting studio. There were, like, people on the floor above us that were, like, playing music really loud or, like, banging stuff around or something. And Heinrich was very irritated by that because he wanted to, like, have, like, silence in the room and just, you know, be recording my voice and only my voice.
Panthers mingle.
Where inside flowers the eyes of panthers mingle.
Can we redo that one in like a second? When those fuckers... Please stop. Now they're just like, that's the GDES floor. I have no idea. I thought it was fashion, but GDES still doesn't explain it.
What's GDES?
Graphic design.
Oh.
The only people who would make sense to be doing that is kinetic imaging. Or sculpture. Or us.
Stood on a chair at one point and started, like, banging the ceiling with a broom. And that didn't quiet them down either. And so we just gave up.
I had this dream about this film that I wanted to make. It's about a 20-year-old boy, and he's being raised on a farm. It's a farm for water. It's a moisture farm, and he doesn't know who his dad is. And then one day he gets this father figure type guy, and he's an old man in a robe, and he helps the kid discover himself. Not like that. But then that man dies. He's killed. He's murdered by this other guy, and that guy, he wears this dark cloak with this like evil bell-shaped helmet, and yeah, I wonder if anybody's made that film.
Heinrich I don't think Heinrich always knows what he's doing. He just kind of like dives into things and hopes they'll work out. But the problem with that is that a lot of the things that he wants to do are very, very technically complex, and he doesn't prepare for them at all. And so, like, he spends most of his shoot time, like, fixing the mistakes he's made, instead of, like, keeping to like a tight schedule. So, like, the camera will shut off at random times, or the audio will cut out, or, and at a certain point, like, as an actor, that gets frustrating because you just have to sit there while he, like, waits for his camera battery to charge or tries to fix whatever sound problem he's having. And, more often than not, in my experience, if he can't figure the problem out in, like, 5 minutes, he'll generally just give up on it. Yeah. He's not a great critical thinker or problem solver, in my experience. But, his ideas are strong. They generally just stay as ideas, though.
This is the Pollock building. This is where I'm succeeding in film school. Let's take a look inside. This is the lighting studio. Sometimes I shoot in here. I shot a video of Charlie, I think, reading an Arthur Rimbaud poem, but it didn't work because there was a problem with the sound. I didn't come in here to reminisce, though. I came in to show off my greatest strength as a director. Physical strength with these. Oh yeah, it's time to pump some iron. Oh God. Okay.
Lift with your back. Lift with your back, Heinrich.
I would say that Heinrich could probably carry some things. I don't know of his load-bearing capacity.
Yeah. Oh, he's a very, very skilled giver-upper. Heinrich knows how to give up on something better than anyone I have ever met.
I hear you used to be able to smoke on film sets. When I'm director, we're bringing that back.
So if Heinrich and Weiss came together and were to do a show together, I think Heinrich would spend an entire season trying to quit cigarettes and just do a show on that. I mean, I would watch.
Endurance. Endurance is the greatest quality of a director. It's 1977. You're David Lynch. You're in Philadelphia. You're scared. You're scared of Philadelphia. What do? You make Eraserhead. What's it about? I don't know. What is the baby? It's a baby. There's this movie, Eraserhead, and he took me to a store called Books A Million. You ever heard of Books A Million? There aren't Books A Millions anymore. And he took me there, and he found a DVD of Eraserhead. My father was a psychologist, so it's weird to me that he didn't realize how psychologically scarring seeing Eraserhead at age 9 is. I blame that all on capitalism, by the way. We're all just gonna end up like our dad. A movie should know it's a movie. It's important for a medium. It's Jungian. Freudian. It's like what Freud said about the Oedipus complex. The film is like my mother. And I've just stabbed both my eyes out with a brooch. Damn it. I'm at an artistic loss.
I've always dreamed of people walking out of my screenings at Cannes and Sundance and BAFTA and the New York Film Festival, the James River Film Festival, and the AMC by Potomac Mills. And then I would want there to be those not reviews, retrospectives about 5 years later, where they write like, God, they just didn't understand it at the time. They walked out of it at Cannes and Sundance and BAFTA and the New York Film Festival and the James River Film Festival and the AMC by Potomac Mills. What fools.